Webcomics. These used to be so big in the day. Well, thinking about it, it's probably bigger now. I'm just the one that's not reading them as much these days. Nevertheless, allow me to point out some that had quite an impact on me growing up. You might even be familiar with them. Enter dinosaur comics. These basically feature the same slides of dinosaurs, specifically this green fellow, philosophizing different variant depths of topics, whilst reaping havoc on this surprisingly tiny house. Or is he huge? It's always been like that. But I digress. The same as XKCD, they usually touch on topics that often resonate with me, and would linger in my fragile thoughts and even make an appearance from time to time, over, spans of literally years. Now, when I stumbled upon dinosaur comics, along with XKCD and the better-known Cyanide and Happiness, I also pleasantly came across the following one. Now, this isn't actually where the webcomic starts, but it's the first one I ever saw, so I just see it as fitting, and that's why I'm going to start right here. And, wow, I've not seen this in years. Now, it's funny, if you ever have a memory of a long-running series, especially one that gets better over the years, your mind remembers the first episodes, yet retains it in the quality of the later episodes. Yeah. So, for example, I remember this being in color. Here we go. A mother is awoken by her boy, who tells her that he's feeling sick. After looking at him, she states that, "You don't look very sick to me," before suddenly having to dodge a projectile of vomit, hitting the wall where she stood. "We'll have your father clean that up," she says as she drives him off to the doctor. As they're driving, she complains about how he picked such an inconvenient time to get sick, and there's most likely not going to be any doctors available at that time. However, as they drive, she notices that there's a doctor's office ahead, and with its lights still on. "It's probably the night janitors," she says as she continues towards the doctor's office, driving past the sign that reads, "Dr. McNinja, General Physician. We don't hire night janitors." Realizing they're probably open. The kid, also noticing the Dr. McNinja sign, exclaims, "He's a ninja!" To which his mother reminds him of their neighbors, Mr. and Mrs. Green, who in fact are Mexican and not green. After ringing the bell at the reception, she's suddenly met with a giant gorilla. Although startled, she still tells the gorilla, "My son's sick." To which the gorilla gestures her to wait before placing the form down. And due to her confused look, the gorilla exclaims to her to, probably fill it in. As she picks it up, the gorilla smiles in approval. As they are standing in the examination room, she notes that how strange this whole affair is. Being open in the middle of the night, she giving her insurance information to a gorilla, only to be startled once again as she turns around to find her son already being examined by an actual ninja doctor. Ninja doctor, not ninja doctor. That would just be a regular doctor. She asked him where he came from, as he apologizes, stating that he has a tendency of startling people, probably as a result from training with Batman, and introduces himself as Dr. McNinja. The mother is surprised to find that he's actually a ninja, with the kid importunately asking, "You know Batman?" Dr. McNinja at this point is slightly annoyed by the fact that every time there's a new patient, they can't look past the fact that he's a ninja and his receptionist is a gorilla. So Dr. McNinja goes on this little tangent before making the remark, "He does not look very sick to me," before suddenly having to ninja dodge a projectile of vomit, hitting the wall where he stood. I'll just have Judy clean that up. He then investigates the vomit, giving it a smell, noting that it smells like maple syrup. Real maple syrup, the kind lumberjacks would enjoy on their flapjacks. Dr. McNinja then approaches the child, asking him bluntly, "Boy, have you been lumberjacking?" It gets pretty crazy from here. Crazier. As if it wasn't already. The kid then turns into a massive lumberjack that the doctor needs to stop, as he's going to be enraged by how many trees are standing within his vicinity. If you've stuck around until here, I would really recommend you giving this a read, as it is no longer on the internet. No, wait. Wayback Machine. Yeah, you can still check it out if the website's it's not online by the time you see this video. Link in the description. Anyways, he has crazy adventures, his family is awesome, especially his dad. The villains are uniquely badass. King Rad, who's just King Rad, has the coolest entrances and exits. Now, I would like to a ninja dive to the McNinja issue Space Savers on page 17, where their mayor from the future's past self, but still their future, comes heeding a warning of dinosaurs that are going to take over the planet. So, long ago the Earth was hit by a giant asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs. Well, most of them. A bunch got shot into space and frozen together, and it being space and all, got struck by a bunch of cosmic radiation before hitting another planet and merging intelligent. Now, if you take a look at the last frame of that page, one specific dinosaur might stand out. I got opinions. Now, this little homage to dinosaur comics meant so much to me. I actually honestly don't even know why, because it's stuck with me for like more than 10 years now. Okay, so you know when you're somewhere, a social event, even the podcasts these days, someone would make a statement, especially, that you happen to know something about. Your mind would just be like, I have opinions. Well, this is the image that would since then manifest itself in my head. I've got opinions. Similar how this one would make a regular appearance. You should not have come here, human. Why do you cross through my domain? I was on my way to the kitchen for a snack and I got lost. You ended up in the 12th plane of torment on your way to the kitchen? I'm not a clever man. So yeah, that kind of encapsulates this channel of mine. It's the previous comic, not the... Okay, wait, in essence the second one as well will probably still be applicable. It's just, I've got my own experiences in life, and I get stuff that pops up in my head, and I like to share them with, well, anyone that would find value out of them. If it is just a single person that found enjoyment out of this, then I've achieved my goal. So, man, that was a verbose way to get to a very blunt point. Anyways, I hope to see you soon. And yeah, I'm out. No, I'm joking. I'm not going to do that instead. I've got class. I'm going to do this. I need help.